The more I learned about this school, the more I learned that they have really what is considered by most to be the largest scholastic journalism program in the country. Some 500 students out of 1,800 participating in some form of journalism. And it's impressive to see. And I spent 2.5 years studying the program. And what I discovered was that what really makes that program distinct is that they've created a culture where journalism is kind of the cool thing for kids to do.
The whole program is based on this model of we're a community, we care. It's like we're a team.
Esther Wojcicki took over the journalism program at Palo Alto High School, I would say probably now 27 years ago. And there were 19 students in the program when she took it over. And she tells a funny story about having these textbooks that were just awful and deciding to throw away the textbooks and bring in newspapers and to really engage the students in writing about things that were, that had contemporary themes and were happening right now in their own neighborhood. And that was the distinction that kind of led to the growth of the program. And over the years, it just kept growing and growing, and she'd just have to spin off another publication. They now have some 8 or 9 different publications that are student run. And it's easy for educators, I think, to look at what they do there and to think, well, it's just because they have all this money, that it's not possible to even aspire to those kinds of results. But if you really give thought to the fact that it all started with just bringing newspapers in, and they still pretty much do that, it does provide an opportunity for students to, engage in high-level learning without having all the bells and whistles and a lot of money. In one instance, it's easy to look at a school like Palo Alto High School that's in one of the most affluent zip codes, in the country, and to think, it's an anomaly or not like anything that, most people are exposed to. But one of the interesting things about that community is that East Palo Alto is literally across the freeway, and those students are bused to schools like Palo Alto High. What the educators at Palo Alto decided to do was to establish a summer program in East Palo Alto at the Boys and Girls Club there.
It was started to address a gap that we saw happening at Pali, and we believe is happening in other schools.
We get to help rectify the situation at Pali where we don't have students from East Palo Alto. The journalism program generally doesn't have kids who are minority kids. Brown and black kids just aren't in it.
When you have kids saying, I would be in that class, but Ms. Austin, it's snowing in there, it's so white, you're not going to be able to walk into a school and say, okay, let's change the core culture here. You're going to have to do it in alternate ways.
And I followed that program for one summer, and it was quite impressive to see. They are certainly not trying to create a separate program. What they're really trying to do is create a safe space where students of color who live in East Palo Alto can have a taste or an experience of journalism in hopes that those kids will continue to want to participate during the regular school year back at Palo Alto High School.
I improved in my English class tremendously from last year, and overall it just helps you with your classes and it helps you with writing especially.